Alright guys, we are back with another WoW video. I'm sorry I hadn't made one in a while. Life's just gotten busy, so for the last few months I'm sorry if I kind of had a content drought, but yeah, well it is what it is. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, we're on the PTR right now. We're checking out the new Survival Hunter and the changes, especially with the Pack Leader. We're going to try out Pack Leader for right now, just to see what we can get with it. We are in Darkflame Cleft. This is going to be a relatively low dungeon. It's going to be like a +3 or something like that. But yep, we are just gonna rock and roll, see what's going on, see what we can do with Pack Leader. I have a week over to track the new beasts and to do stuff with it, so it's unfinished. It's very buggy right now. It doesn't work as well as it should, but we're just gonna wing it. We're gonna see what we can do. So, oh man, something is
Watch your step.
something is a little slow with my oh my. All right. So since we're on the PTR, I just want to point out that nothing here is probably gonna look like the way it is gonna be on retail. So if it looks like Pack Leader is a little underwhelming, which it does right now, it's probably is underwhelming for the
Watch
meantime.
your step.
So like I said, we're just gonna wing it. Let's see what we can do. And if things just doesn't look like how you want to look, I'm really sorry. I can't really help that. I'm just doing what the content's telling me to do, or kind of how it's going. All right, so we're gonna go on through. We're just gonna kill this pack over here. Ooh, okay. Well, this is actually pretty nice. So Raptor Strike over here. Some of my... I'm just gonna Fury Dig over here. Ooh, this sucker hurts a bit. Alright, well, I'm dead. Come back. Hurry back. Misdirect. Alright, let's just go back into the action. Merciless Blows. Just gonna keep Raptor Striking this thing. Alright, so it seems like for the new Pack Leader talent, the new talent tree, it seems to have a focus on everything else but wildfire bombs. So whenever the new beasts come out, like you'll see over here, the wyverns out, it's actually boosting my
Watch your
damage
step.
by, I think, what is it, 15%, and it's gonna just keep increasing as it stays on. And with the new talent tree for Pack Leader, everything that I do while it's active just extended a little bit. So you can see the wyverns out for quite a while. And I think the next beast I'm gonna summon is going to be the pig. And what the pig
Watch your
does...
step.
Alright, so what the pick does is it makes it so that all my abilities have a chance to make my Raptor Strike hit more targets as long as the pick is out. So I can see over here, I actually hit 2 of these guys while it was active with 1 Raptor Strike. So,
Watch your step.
alright, we're gonna go ahead and just erase this pack if we can. Coordinated Assault. Drop some of my bombs on here. Alright, just keep Butchery up. Put a defensive down, it looks a little spicy right now. Alright,
Watch your step.
alright. It says that I have a Raptor Strike AoE, which is 4 stacks right now, so I'm just gonna hit Raptor Strike, and it's gonna cleave onto whatever is out here. Up to 4 targets. Okay, that's good enough. Alright, so I just want to point out that some of the features in the PTR right now are very, very buggy. So this was like the 3rd dungeon that I've tried to do today, and for some reason or another, it just dungeons were almost impossible to even do or even get into the instance. So
Watch your step.
I was very lucky to even have this one kind of working correctly, I guess I would say. But I'm gonna try to make some more content for some of the other specs. Oh, I mean for Sentinel as well as Marksman if I can get around to it. But for right now, the PTR is pretty buggy, and I think for what I can tell,
Watch your step.
nobody is really trying out some of the dungeon stuff. They're kind of doing all the raid content, which I unfortunately cannot cover because I just don't have the schedule for it. So right now, I'm just gonna have to pick what it is that I want to cover and see what it is that I can do with it. Alright, well, so here comes the first boss, it looks like. Let's see what we can do with the first boss. I'm gonna probably lust right off the bat if this is something the healer wants to do. Alright, well, I'm gonna pop my trinkets, I'm gonna pop a Coordinated Assault. I'm gonna use my potion here. Alright. Sure I have all this cooldowns used. Oh, I'm just gonna lust. There we go. Alright. Go ahead. Keep merciless blows on the target. Make sure I have serpent sting. Cycle through my beast. The wyvern's up, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use explosive shot. It's under 50% it looks like, so well, I'm just gonna turtle this one.
Charging. Move.
I'm not really sure what this guy does. Well, that's what he does. Alright. DK looks a little low on health. Thanks. I'm not sure what that means, but we're just gonna hit it. I don't think I've seen this in heroic, so well, that's what it does. Okay, so we do have to kill that minecart in time. That wasn't the case on heroic, so well, we are learning as we go, so that's what it does. Okay. Okay, we have to use the course, kill the ads, and the bump fast. Alright. Well, the damage doesn't look too bad for now. Doesn't look too difficult. Alright, let's go put my hunter's mark back on the boss. Why am I on the moon? Alright, well, let's see. Seems there are different mechanics. Alright, well, we're just gonna follow the tank and see what he does. Alright, let's go. Alright, go. Not exactly sure what I was supposed to do, but summon the beast. Well, impulsive shot doesn't work on him, so
Charging. Move.
not sure how that happened. Alright. This guy's about to blow up. Okay, I see. So I have to switch targets to the cart. Okay. Now we'll try it again. Just keep going until we get this right. Hmm. Alright, so we gotta get the ants to get run over by the carts. Alright, let's see. This is a tech job, it looks like. Alright, well, let's see what we can do. Alright, pop my cooldowns here. Use my trinket, coordinated assault, use my potion. Alright, let's blow this guy up.
Charging. Move.
Okay. Alright, well. Alright, my trinket stunned me. Forgot to keep a track on it. Alright. Looks like we got past the first phase. Not too bad, but I think we do have to B-rest that one guy. Let's keep my bleeds on him. Try to get... Okay, I'm just gonna turtle this.
Charging. Move.
there is no other minecart, so I'm not sure what to do now. Alright. Alright, well, there's the minecart. Let's go get it. Oh, jeez. That hurt a little bit. Alright, looks like we got it. Should be able to get this
Charging.
time.
Move.
Alright, let's go. Just stand the boss the entire time and try to cleave off what I can. I'll try to put a binding shot down just to control the ads a bit. Fear the eagle over here. I'm sorry if I'm messing up my rotation a bit. I'm trying to focus on what I'm supposed to do. Alright, here we go. Oh well, feign death doesn't work on him, so.
Charging. Move.
Uh-oh. I think we can just kill the boss. Alright, there we go. Well, that's not something I installed, but well, huh? We'll just keep going. Alright, so the first boss is dead. We'll just keep on going through the dungeon. Okay, we'll just keep going here. Don't know what the mechanics of these ads do, but we'll figure it out. Try to put Serpent Snake on them. So far, I kind of like Pack Leader. However, I don't really enjoy having to keep track of these beasts. Like I said, my record for the Pack Leader is a little messed up. It's not complete, so it's kind of all over the place right now. Hopefully, by the time PTR rolls around, I can get this corrected, get it kind of straightened out a little bit. But for now, we kind of work with what we got. Okay, my bear's out. There we go. I'll cover Pack Leader in a future video just to cover like what all the rework is and all the other kind of stuff. But for right now, I'm just trying to end the dungeon just to see how it performs. It is a complete rework, so whatever you know of Pack Leader now no longer applies to what you think you'll know. Alright, got my wyvern out. Explosive shot on here.
Watch your step.
Guess he didn't move out the fire. Alright. And no, we don't plan to time this. I don't think anybody really cares about the timer on PTR. We're just kind of exploring the dungeon, trying out the new specs and the reworks. Okay. Not sure what that was. Alright, well, we're just gonna go, I guess. Alright, misdirect the tank. And I'm not sure we're pulling everything. I guess we are. Alright, let's go. Alright. Kind of messing my rotation up a bit. I keep thinking I'm on sentinels. Oh
Watch
my,
your step.
alright, that kind of hurts a bit. Alright, implosive shop over here just to control the ads. Alright. So Warlock's gonna work a little bit. Fear the eagle over here. So with the rework for Pack Leader and just in general for Survival Hunter, it looks like we are gonna be raptor striking a little bit more than we usually do.
Watch your step.
Especially with the sorry, hold on a second. Alright. Especially with the new talent.
Interrupt.
Well, I wouldn't say new, the updated talent, the updated changes to contagious reagents, where Raptor Strike actually hits about 5 targets now. Well, Raptor Strike cleaves Serpent Sting onto 5 targets, whereas before it was just 1.
Interrupt.
And with the new tier set and everything, it looks like Raptor Strike is playing a way more important role this time around than Wildfire Bomb. Even though Wildfire Bomb looks like it get nerfed in the patch notes, it actually hasn't. A lot of stuff that we have right now, especially with Pack Leader, it's just it buffs it tremendously. So it looks like everything looks the same basically. However, it also a little different because Pack Leader, well not Pack Leader, Wildfire Bomb in general.
Target you.
Oh, sorry, I can't really talk right now. Oh. looks like a mess up for me. Didn't move fast enough. That was my fault there. Alright, so some of the mythic mechanics that we haven't seen for some of these
AOE
bosses
incoming.
are here. As you can see, this is a little bit more hectic than what it was on Heroic. Pretty hectic, it looks like. It never saw this on Heroic before, but looks like a pretty fun boss. I'd be surprised if we get this in one go, but it doesn't look like we will. They're wanting to reset. Alright, so we're gonna reset the boss and we're just gonna go again. Oh. Alright, well it looks like if you die at the second boss, you reset at the very beginning, so that's a bummer. Okay. Apologize if the video is going to be a bit long, but we are going to cover this entire thing, so yeah, so it is what it is. Okay, I think we do go this way. Ping over here. Something to do with candles, I think. I'm not sure what that means. So it looks like we need to light candles, but oh, these candles over here. Okay, I think that's what it means. I think we have to put some of the I think what they're trying to say is we have to put some of the mechanics to light these candles or stack on top of these candles somehow. Well, I think that's what it means. Alright, well, let's just go. Alright, looks like we're lusting here.
Target you.
Alright. This is pretty hectic. That's pretty fast. Thankfully, I have my range ability. Alright. Pop my trinket. I'm gonna forget.
AOE
Hopefully, I
incoming.
don't forget how to jump out of this. Alright. I just wasted it, so. Okay, so his hitbox is humongous, so I don't have to run around everywhere looking for where to stand. Alright. That's good.
Target you.
That is really fast. Alright. I'm gonna put my aspect of ego here. Just trying to get away from the group. Try to spread this out a little bit. There we go. Fear the eagle.
AOE incoming.
Get out of this. Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna turtle here a bit. Alright. I'm guessing this is where his hitbox is, right up here on this border, but I'm not sure. I think my mouse is going out. So my number 3 button on my Naga is kind of a bit out of place. Again, I apologize if my damage doesn't look too crazy,
Target you.
but oh, yeah, kind of messed up there. I'm not sure if we res here or release here, but looks like someone's giving me a res, so I'll just take that. Okay, here we go. Not too bad. Alright, well. least the AoE on the floor is more noticeable now. Oh, right, I didn't take the new talent to tether them all, but I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. I'm gonna try to cover some of the other dungeons as well. But like I said, the issue with the PTR right now is dungeons in general are bugging out for a lot of people where they can't zone in, or they just really can't look for a group anywhere.
Target you.
Okay, well that doesn't work. Alright.
Gruntle.
Alright, so note to self, flame charge does not work with feign death. So that's a bummer. Trying to cheese the mechanics as a hunter doesn't really do much in here, it looks like, but and this guy had a pretty nasty grip and stun for about 5 seconds where I can't do anything. So that's something to be careful about. One-handed, what's it called? One-handed heave or something?
Gruntle.
Yeah, that. And whatever it is that's on the floor right now, it's... Okay, so this guy is the one putting all the candles down. I guess we'll have to focus him down, or each one of them individual. I'm not sure, but looks like this is a mini-boss. I'm gonna see if I can, oh, Impulsive Shot doesn't work on that either. So, this is a mini-boss, so be careful on higher key levels. Massive Stomp.
Target you.
That's an AoE, okay. I don't know if this will
Gruntle.
work, but... Okay, well, it doesn't work. Okay, so this... Okay. This suit snout guy looks like he's going to channel that cone onto whatever target that this big guy grips. So and they have a lot of health.
Target you.
Here we go again. Alright. Well, I'm just gonna turtle this one.
Gruntle.
See if this works, but it did not work, it looks like. There's also a knockup.
Gruntle.
Probably the best idea to not tank this stuff on that little pile over here, because those puddles that spawn are hard to see, because looks like some of them are actually going under the pile. Pretty ridiculous mini boss, or mini bosses, but heck, not too bad. Alright, so I don't remember this boss at all, so we're just gonna go. Alright, we're just gonna pop our cooldowns. Oh, but it looks like there's a bug with Coordinated Assault and Bombardier that I completely forgot about. It looks like if you have one charge of, well, if you have more than one charge of Wallfire Bombs when you pop Coordinated Assault with Bombardier, it sets your total Wallfire Bombs to 1. So if you have 2 of them, yeah, it erases it. So do keep that in mind. I know there's something we have to do with these puddles on the ground. I think we have to run over them or something, but I think that's a mechanic. Yeah, that right there. You have to push those you have to hit those puddles with that arrow, it looks like. Otherwise it gets crazy. Yeah, like right now. Gonna see what we can do here. See if we can salvage this pull. Hopefully it comes to me and I don't think anybody knows what to do with these. Yeah, it doesn't.
Interrupt.
We have to use. Yeah.
Interrupt.
Oh, okay. It looks like we do spawn at the second boss. So it's not too bad. Alright. Paranoid, I guess is a fear? Paranoid? Okay, that's a fear, and I think whoever has the arrow on them has to run through, has to make sure it goes through those circles. It looks like. All right, gotcha. All right, we go again. Butchery, apply merciless blows, raptor strike, get my serpent sting going, coordinate assault.
Interrupt.
All right, get my explosive shot out. Make sure my merciless blows is. All right,
Interrupt.
I got that one. Here we go. Oh, looks like the warlock is dead.
Interrupt.
It's like he just spawns it constantly, and it looks like I don't know what it does. I think the wax is just a bad fires don't stand in it. Oh,
Interrupt. Move to statue.
okay, this I think breaks it too, if I'm correct. Okay, it
Interrupt.
does. All right, here we go. I'm gonna remember to jump before the trinket expires, or I'm going to get stunned.
Interrupt.
Thankfully, the interrupt is pretty
Move to
respectable.
statue.
It's pretty bad for melee, looks like.
Interrupt.
That one. He's got a lot of health, so.
Move to statue. Interrupt.
That didn't work at all. Okay, so if you run into the wax things, you get stunned for 13 seconds. Alright, that's good to know.
Interrupt.
Looks like we do need the warlock here because the damage is not going to cut it.
Move to statue.
Okay. Oh, okay, so you have to head behind it, it looks like. Alright, I see now. Unfortunately, I can't see the rest of the battle.
Interrupt. Interrupt.
Alright, I think we know what to do here. I'm not gonna try to feign death to arrow, whatever it's called. Did I die to? Darkflame pickaxe, I think that's the one. Okay, yeah. If I feign death that thing and it just stops it, the wax figures on the ground are still gonna do damage. So you're gonna want to have those die as soon as possible. Okay. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna try this again. Make sure my debuffs are on the target.
Interrupt.
I'm gonna stun that one. Interrupt that one. I'm just gonna bust you.
Interrupt.
That almost went off.
Interrupt. Move to statue. Interrupt.
It does spawn a lot of it. Wow.
Interrupt.
Okay, I'm gonna try to salvage this as much as I can. That's a lot of damage. Wow. Ooh.
Interrupt.
Not sure what he died to there. Eerie
Interrupt.
molds. That's the AoE, I think. This boss is pretty fun. Alright. Oh, they didn't know that. Okay. Pierces. Alright. First target for X. Stand behind the wax. Okay, I think we got it now. Well, we definitely didn't time this. Doesn't seem very melee friendly, but
Interrupt.
it is what it is, I guess. There we go.
Interrupt.
Alright, good placement there. Okay.
Interrupt.
Oh, oh, well, that's my trinket. Could have sworn I jumped, but whatever. This is a pretty crazy boss for healers, it looks like.
Interrupt.
Well, that's a bug. So it looks like the wax figures can be under those molds, so that is not okay.
Interrupt.
Well, that's not good at all. Alright, well, I think there's it's a bit of an issue there.
Interrupt.
It's not targeting me at all for these waxes.
Interrupt.
Doesn't look like it's piercing as it's supposed to either. This is a lot of damage.
Interrupt. Move to statue.
Oh, that's my fault there.
Interrupt. Interrupt.
I think we can get in the next pull. Alright. Oh, back here, I think. Otherwise... Oh, okay, we have one right here. Alright, we should be able to get this time. I guess if we can tank in a circular pattern, it should kind of limit where it spawns. Let's go. So it looks like they can stack on top of each
Interrupt.
other. So that's good to know.
Interrupt.
It's a pretty nasty boss too. I mean,
Move to statue. Interrupt.
okay, so it only clears one at a time. I'm not sure if that's intended or not, but with how much stuff is going on, I don't think that is.
Interrupt.
Yeah, I don't know if this is intentional that it doesn't pierce, but it really should be. It should really pierce. Because the damage check
Interrupt.
in here is ridiculous. I mean, that and the healing check is crazy also.
Interrupt.
I'm also not so sure if it's intentional for tanks to be getting that circle debuff right there.
Interrupt.
We're gonna do what we can. This healer's struggling mightily.
Interrupt.
He's doing 1.3 mil healing, and this is still hurting like crazy.
Interrupt. Move to statue.
I'm just gonna turtle here just to help out.
Interrupt.
We should be able to get this now, but this is pretty ridiculous. I'm gonna remember to turn that sound effect off when the boss dies next next time.
No more candle king. We can be free. But first, the darkness.
Alright, so this is the part of the dungeon that I think a lot of people were saying is horrible. We'll have to see how it... Okay, I think I know why. Looks like we can only AoE these things down inside the light. I think I remember this in Heroic, which is the case. And you can't let him explode on the light, otherwise it kind of diminishes some of the health that it has or something. Yeah, I remember this part right there. Doesn't seem like these guys have a lot of mechanics, except that they just kind of drain the light sometimes. And then the other smaller ones just explode whenever they die, so...
Crowd control.
Okay, so this guy can do it outside of the zone. Thankfully, so can I. Okay, keep going over here. It's a lot of mobs. Have to pop some cooldowns over here just to get this out the way. I don't know if I should be slowing them down or not, because we do have to kill these guys
Crowd control.
inside the circle, otherwise we can't target them. Okay. Okay, so it looks like the rogue went out and got some of the candles, so we should be good. Got that one. Oh, this is tricky. Oh my, okay. Not sure where these eagles came from, but they're here. Alright, let's get them down.
Crowd control.
wyvern out. Let's see if we can do some damage. This pretty much is a gauntlet. Except you're actually the gauntlet, not the mobs. Alright, so we got this part down. Now we have the last boss to deal with, along with some of the forces, I think. We have skipped a bunch of people. Okay, so it's similar to heroic, where you have to just throw these things at the last boss. Oh, looks like I didn't have it bound. I forgot to bind the key. I'm so sorry. I don't know what this does really, but well, we didn't take much health off of him, so. Okay, so this is the last boss area. I think we have to clear some of these mobs out just to get the count going. Gonna resummon my pet. Alright. Wait for the tank to gather these guys up. Alright, here we go. Okay, so they still do retain their explosives ability when they die. Alright, get this out. I'm hoping I'm playing pack leader correctly, but hard to tell really. I'm not really sure what to use my tip of the spear stacks on. Oh, the tank is dead. Alright. I think I've got hit by the explosives. Let's see if I can get these guys out of here. Feign death. Oh, that's interesting. Alright, so the tank does spawn nearby when he dies, so I'm guessing the spawn point's somewhere around here. And I've also forgot to completely use my health stones, so I'll keep that in mind the next time I play. Where's the tank? Alright, here it is. I'm also not sure how much of this stuff counts for the overall dungeon. Doesn't say. We have been in this dungeon for quite a while, so honestly it doesn't seem too bad. It's just some of the bosses are a little bit crazy, especially the previous one. I feel like it is buggy in some way. I think there's too many wax spawns, and some of the pickaxes aren't getting rid of, are only getting rid of one at a time. So, yeah, I don't think we really care about count right now. We're just gonna finish this dungeon. Okay, let's see what this last boss does in regards to how it works in heroic. So in heroic, you have to have this candle on him, otherwise you can't hit the boss. And I don't know how to replenish it. That's the issue. He also dies at a certain percent. I think he dies at 60% is what I want to say. It's been a while since we did this dungeon, so. Okay, so the.
Run out.
Alright. We're gonna have to get some of this.
Gruntle.
Okay. So running to the candle does replenish it. Or we can kite it.
Interrupt.
I think a little bit right by the candle in some ways to make this easier.
AoE incoming.
Alright, AoE, so we're gonna kinda. Oh, that is not good. Alright. See if I can go grab the candle. Okay, so in some regards, you can still stay at the candle when it's at 0 and still
Gruntle.
be able to hit the boss. Alright. Oh, okay. So that's something nifty. Alright. It doesn't do a lot of damage from what I can tell. However, his stuff is annoying.
Interrupt.
Seems easier than the last boss.
Gruntle.
Definitely do want to get that candle out of there when he does that. Alright. Gonna grab a candle.
AOE incoming.
Okay, well that's not good. Alright. Alright. Oh, that's what it was doing. Okay, I thought it was just a boss ability. Alright. I think we're doing less damage. We're getting the candle from somewhere. Not sure where the rogue went. Okay. Kite by candle, I guess. Well, tank by candle. Yeah, I think that should help it out. We can lust, so yeah, we can bring the candle by the spawn. However, I don't know who's carrying it. In all regards, it should really be the tank. Alright. Alright, drop it by the spawn. Hmm. Alright, well, let's get it going. Alright, I think we know what to do now. Still adds that can be problematic if we don't interrupt the boss at first. It gets overwhelming and they do drain the candle, so. Alright, let's do this. Alright. Well, that's not what we wanted to do.
Gruntle.
There we go, there we go.
Interrupt.
That's somewhat the plan, I
AOE
guess.
incoming. Run out.
I think I will have to turtle here.
Frontal.
I think we have to communicate a little better. Alright, so when in the darkness, everything we do is reduced by 99%. That's good to know. I don't recall, like I said, I don't recall when he dies.
Interrupt. Frontal.
Okay. Looks like that is the plan, to just hop
AOE
around.
incoming. Run out.
Alright, gotta have to move. Alright, well that's not good.
Frontal. Interrupt.
I think it is at 70%, from what I can recall. Okay, yeah, it's...
Run out.
It's going to hurt.
Frontal.
Really messy fight.
AOE incoming. Interrupt. Frontal.
Hmm. So, I think what we can do is leave a candle in a strategic area and we'll just keep bouncing back and forth with the new sources. Alright. Oh, looks like the rogue has to dip. Hmm. Well, unfortunately, it looks like we won't be able to complete the dungeon, but if the rogue does have to leave, that's probably what it looks like. But we actually covered the entire dungeon at least up to this point. We probably won't kill the last boss, but yeah. We could probably kill it, I don't know. Alright. I think the video's getting a little too long, so we'll just do what we can here. Yeah. I think the best strategy is to just pick the sources up in between his attacks and get him to face away from the candle as much as possible. I think the problem is that the light source is horrendously fast to deplete, so I don't know what's causing it to go down that fast, but
Frontal. Interrupt. AOE incoming.
okay, let's just try this. That's a lot of damage. Well, not a lot of
Run
damage,
out.
just a lot of. I'm not sure what to do there, honestly. Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Frontal.
I don't know if half the stuff in here is intended or not, but either way, we did see all the mechanics. We saw the fights. We saw saw the bosses. So that's where the video will end, guys. That's where the dungeon will end. GG's. Nice try. But we'll try the other dungeons whenever we can, and hopefully you get the preview of what pack leader is like for survival. Um, yeah, I think I'm done rambling on. We'll just kind of cover some of this stuff and probably try marksman or sentinel next. So yeah, this dungeon is pretty nuts. So yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. I'll talk to you guys later.